All right. What is going on? Anybody who's hopping on the live? All right. What is going on? James, Transportation Services, what is going on, sir? Glad to have you. Yeah, I'm a little bit late to tonight's live stream. Um, after church, went and had some dinner, had some salmon. Pretty good food, and just got home a little bit ago, so a little bit late. But yeah, appreciate you hopping on here with me. I think I'm getting a little sick or something with my nose, sinuses, kind of stuff like that. But I don't know what exactly is going on. The redneck woman, what is going on? Glad to have you here. Kenneth, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Helper. Hey, appreciate that, Kenneth. Glad to have you here. Brian Anderson, what is going on, sir? James just hanging out in Miss Louisa, Montana. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Waiting to see what the weather is going to do here in Oklahoma. Okay. Oh, dear. Yeah, the season for wild weather here is, well, I guess it just depends on which season. Which wild season of weather, depending on what's coming through. Okay. Being told by my okay. I'm gonna hit the old AC button. No, I'm not. Could you grab that down there? I think it. I think it's the little remote for the AC, the window thing. There's a little controller. It's white, square, plastic. Folks, we have lost the window unit air conditioner thing. We're in trouble. We're in big. Oh, we're saved. Saved by beautiful.
By what? Saved by what?
By my beautiful wife. AC. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Possible tornadoes and hail. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. There's a tornado west of OKC. Montana is about to get hit bad with weather. Oh dear. Seasons are changing even here in California. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, here in Indiana, not not a whole lot's going on at the moment. I did hear that we're supposed to have like a 40-degree night later on this week or something. So that's terrible. But honestly, the last couple of days have been just so nice. A little bit of a breeze, well, 70s, 80s ish. That low 70, high 60 mark for me. 68 degrees, man. I'm already operating at a high temperature. So I definitely do appreciate the lower temperatures. But let's see. The redneck woman got home a little bit ago from our trip to California. Gotcha. Yeah, I was supposed to be on the road this last week, and it was absolutely crazy in a good way. Um, Normally, with my dumpster rental business, it's still, less than a year old. I don't know what I'm doing, advertising. I'm still learning and growing in a lot of these things. And normally I have maybe three, usually best case scenario, maybe 5 rentals for a week, which turns into roughly $1,000. And then I'll do other stuff as well with it. And then hopefully incorporate a couple day trips or something like that as well. and that really, you know, rounds out my week. Well, um, I it was like Monday or Tuesday, and I was sitting at like 5, and I'm like, okay, wow, this is great. Usually, think it's like last minute kind of rentals, and so I'm like, okay. And by the end of Tuesday, like Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, I had like 8. I'm like, wow, okay, so I guess I'm not going on a load. And there's on the load board, there's tons of loads. I'm like, man, I could have gone anywhere I wanted to. This it would have been sweet, you know, it would have been great. Well, um, so then by like Wednesday evening, or maybe Thursday morning, I had a total for the whole week between my two dump trailers and a buddy's dump trailer, and even my little small utility trailer. I rented that one out one time. I had 11 rentals in 1 week, which is just insane for my little business. Just kind of out of nowhere. And so, anyways, I did not go on a load this last week. I also didn't get the steering components I talked about in the last couple live streams done. My track bar, my tie rod assembly, I guess, whatever, with the pitman arm and all that. That did not get changed out because I was every morning and every night just about I was picking up or dropping off or staging trailers, all that stuff. So it was just kind of wild. It doesn't seem like that much, 11, but for a full week between two trailers and a few other ones, sort of, but pretty insane for me. So just learning how to do that better and a lot of other things to come with that. So yeah, I will say first here to you guys, this is definitely a video coming along that I'm going to be putting out there at some point, but I actually just got my CDL-A permit. So got my CDL-A permit knocked out. Since I already have my B, I did not have to take the general knowledge test. I had to take the air brake test as well as the combination. So I took those two tests, and for whatever reason, I had to take it several times. Each test they give you, it's different every time, the different questions they ask. And I took all the practice tests out on the internet possible. And there were still questions that I just never saw. And then, what actually reading the manual, I didn't remember them then. So taking those practice tests really helped me. But not all of the practice tests actually cover everything that I saw in my tests. So, anyways, got my permit. That's exciting. Now I just need to get my pre-trip all put together, memorized, and then the drive test. And since I won't be taking it in a semi with air brakes, and I won't be in a manual, and I am going to be doing it on a gooseneck with my truck, which you can do. You'll just have restrictions. I'm able to take it in my 1-ton dually with a gooseneck, which allows me to obviously go above 26K, but just not having to worry about air brakes for the time being. So at some point I might come back after I have my CDL-A license. I might come back and retest. But for right now, the name of the game is to only take the test, get it done before the end of the year, before the new CDL-A restrictions, requirements, whatever, go to an actual school. And I believe once you already have your A, you can go back and retest and add on additional things without having to go through the school. to add those additional things on. So I already have my B with air and passenger and school bus. But now I'm adding on an A without air, I guess without passenger, in a combination situation. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with everything. So pretty excited about that. Finally got the permit, and now I'm just studying up. In the midst of doing everything else I'm trying to do, trying to study for this test. I am a horrible memorizer. I'm going to be actively working on that. I've already printed out the full outline, everything you have to go step by step, um, all the different sections of the pre-trip that you have to do. And so I appreciate your prayers for that because it's going to get real. I've got to get a test scheduled and find somebody who has a gooseneck I can borrow to be able to take the test. So that's going to be exciting in itself. So we'll see about that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Let's see. Chris delivered yesterday on Vancouver Island. Oh wow, snowed a good bit coming through the mountains in Washington. Gotcha. Chris James, we got snowed on going through Donna Pass the other day. Oh dear. Please don't talk about snow. Oh man. Wow. That's already depressing. Oh dear. Lynn, good job. I'm hoping to take the 2 months CDL-A class hopefully in December as they provide a truck and trailer. Lynn, I definitely understand that. Um, definitely understand that going for the actual class and just going straight into it and hopefully getting, trained really, really well. Um, I've not heard good things or bad things about going to actually do that. I just know it takes up a lot of time and it's a lot of money. So that's kind of the deal there. Reset channel. What is going on? Fair winds. Yes, sir. Glad to have you here. I don't know if you're yelling at me for talking about getting the A or about just yelling at me, but yeah. What's going on, bro? Oh, and pause. I found a 3-day class here in Michigan. Oh, wow. That included vehicle rental for the test. Boom. I like it. Just saying hi. Okay. Wait. Hey, Daniel, is RV Transport picking up at all? Hey, I haven't been on the road that much at all lately, but I know our load boards have been higher and higher. I still periodically, whether I'm taking loads or not, still pop in there and check the load boards out. Last time I was on there, we had a few hundred loads, which used to be 50 or 20. So things are definitely, to me, what I've seen, at least the lows are higher and the highs are higher. So as far as the flow in, flow out of trailers, there seems to be more on the board, more than normal. And I don't think that's just because of the FEMA units. Of We've had a number at Synergy, at least we've had a number of ones going to Louisiana and Florida and a few other places. I think it's more than just that. It's not just because of those specific situations that we're getting an oversized amount. I think it's in general by itself already doing that to a certain degree. So definitely good news. Temporarily right now, I'm still not. Listen, I'm still not the guy who's saying, "Yeah, you should jump back in. Everything's good. Just floor it." I'm not there. For me, I really need to see a long period of time where I see a reversal, not just a cute little few weeks here, a few weeks there. The end of the month, people get just blown away. We're able to book one load now and then get another one later, or even two, or however many more. Like, that's a cute little thing. What happens when that dries up in 2.5 weeks? So I'm still hesitant with these things. I'm not trying to sell anybody down the river here. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And it's only a couple $100. Oh wow, Holland Paws, very cool. 3-day class in Michigan with a vehicle rental for the test, and it's only a couple $100. That is awesome. Very cool. Maybe I'll go to Michigan. Wow, very good. Chris James, I guess I can't probably, but Chris, does it have to be a gooseneck or could it be a camper? Planning on having a place in Elkhart do the warranty work before taking either south or putting it in the storage for the winter. Yeah, Chris. So basically, my understanding is, and I've been told by several different people, if you test with a bumper pole for the CDL-A test, that limits you to just a bumper pull. You will have restrictions on your CDL-A besides no air brake, besides not manual, or besides air brake, manual, and you wouldn't be able to do what doubles and triples, or that's an additional endorsement on there, and among all the other ones, I guess. You would only be able to do bumper pull. So it is my understanding is the way they rate it. It's bumper pull is the bottom of the barrel, fifth wheel is above barrel, and then gooseneck is above fifth wheel. So if you get tested for a fifth wheel, that means you can do fifth wheel or bumper pull. If you get tested with gooseneck, then you can do all three. But if you're just doing bumper pull, then you're only allowed to do CDL-A loads that are bumper pull. So if you go to get tested, to give you the most options without having to come back and retest, which I believe means taking the pre-trip as well as the drive test with the gooseneck or with the fifth wheel. For me, it's just like I just want to. Well, first of all, I'm going to have a gooseneck roll off trailer, so that's what I'm thinking of for the future. So I'm wanting to get a gooseneck to be able to test in, so I have all the options. So that's kind of where I'm at. But that's what I've been told, and I haven't heard it any different from anybody. So, hold on here. Len, the 2-month class here is 2K. Oh dear. Son just got done with the class 2 months ago. I guess 2K isn't as bad as I've heard, like 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's better. Reset. There's no money in RV transport. Oh, that's awesome. I love you, man. No money in RV transport. That's right. I know, right, Casey? No money at all. Hold on, pause. Yes, indeed. It's a fifth wheel, 41 foot. Yeah, Chris, if you want to, take the test in that fifth wheel if you really wanted. I do know that there is a driving test, and it's just as strict as like a learner's permit test to get your regular license. If you curb check anything at all, you're done. So even after you do like a perfect pre-trip, you've got to be able to back it in. Parallel park or something, a trailer. I still don't fully know all the details with that. When I got my CDL-B in the school bus, I believe we had a parallel park, as well as go for an actual drive test, railroad stop crossings, hit my flashers for that, a bunch of other little things for the school bus thing that was different. But so yeah, I guess it would be easier to make sure you're not going crazy, turning the longer pivot point or whatever between the hitch and your axles, I guess, on the trailer. But that'd be easier than my little 10-foot utility bumper pull trailer. Hank, what's going on? I got denied overnight at Horizon applying at Wave Express. Gotcha, Hank. Yeah, I imagine there's still companies keeping the door pretty closed right now, because maybe they're not even that concerned about getting loads. That's another indicator why you might not want to be fully jumping in right now, or being more cautious than usual, at least. If companies aren't scared out of their mind trying to hire everybody and anybody with a pulse, there's a reason why. Um, I guess there's reason and caution to be used on no matter what they're doing. But if they're not in a hiring frenzy, then that's another indicator of why, that's still a yellow or a red light to me, as far as really trying to force the situation, getting into RV transport. But if you're taking your time, if you got options, you got a pause period. The longer the better, I would say. But yeah, somebody probably is hiring at some point here, with drivers leaving or whatever, being oversaturated with drivers to begin with. Um, yeah. So, Hank, I'm with Wave. Okay, gotcha. Hold on, pause. Brian, reset channel. That's what my tax lady says, anyways. Yeah. There you go. As far as the write-offs are concerned, I guess, yeah. Uh, how do you like Wave? Yep, mine too. Oh yes, Holland Paws. I like them pretty well now. Right now, I could be on the road every day. I want to move to Holland Tow, though, so I might lease a second truck to a different company. There you go. Wave doesn't have Holland Tow. Okay. Lynn, wait till the rule change in February and the rates will go up. Yeah, Lynn, I am not, I'm trying to go lone wolf style here for me, getting the A. So, um, yeah, I'm trying to avoid the whole party. The 2 month, the 2 week, the 3 day, whatever it turns out to be. I am trying to slide through there. Doing it on my own before the deadline here. So, yeah, let's see. What do you mean no Holland tow, Hank? Oh, multi-haul, where you put a 24-foot camper on the back of the flatbed of your truck and then tow a 24-foot behind you. Gotcha. Yes. Gotcha. A 1-ton truck would put it at over 16K. You can also get a fifth wheel adapter for gooseneck trailers. Looking at doing that with a 40-foot gooseneck trailer, when I get one. Gotcha. Huh. I never thought about that. For Yeah. Um I guess I wonder if it would be, I mean, I'm sure there's definitely options out there, but a fifth wheel hitch with a gooseneck adapter on top to work for a gooseneck, would that, I'm trying to picture that the top of that gooseneck has got to be just insanely high up in the air, which at some point or to some degree, the back of that gooseneck, especially like a trailer that I'm going to be looking at getting, having a gooseneck trailer like that in the front so high, at least that's just what I'm picturing, that being so high in the front that the rear has got to be, low to a certain degree. Oh man. But that is a good thought. Definitely a workaround there. Kyle, what's going on, sir? Question for you: where do you put your fifth wheel hitch when towing a gooseneck? So, Kyle, if well, first of all, in the almost 6 years doing RV transport, I have never had a gooseneck trailer. I've had a haul, on our back hauls. What I would do is I would have to take out my fifth wheel, which is actually a gooseneck drop-in hitch. I don't have rails, I don't have bolts, I don't have pins or anything. I would just store it in my garage. Most trailers that I do for RV transport are smaller bumper pulls. I don't do as many fifth wheels, especially because, well, not especially, but I just don't see as many fifth wheels. And when I do, they're like right on the line of my GVWR, GCWR situation. So I can do up to 13.7 before I hit 26K. So essentially, um, I just don't take that many very fifth wheels. If I do, they're probably in the 10,000 range. Um, so anyways, when I do get, if and when I do, if or when I do get the gooseneck trailer, I just would take out the fifth wheel, which it's going to be fairly, I mean, that's no joke. Pull the pin out and then pull that puppy out of there. Since I don't take that many fifth wheels to begin with, um, the combination for me, at least, doing my dumpster rental business alongside with RV transport, I would probably just be able to have the picking and choosing of what bumper pulls I would take, and probably pretty much switch to just bumper pulls out on the road. And then when I come home, I use my truck for my gooseneck setup. So that's my thought for right now, anyways. But we'll see. JR, what's going on? I'm new around here. What is the February deadline in reference to? JR, so not to scare you or anything, but basically, the federal DOT, whatever, is, I don't know the technical term for it. In order to get your CDL-A, which is the highest CDL, to be able to pull 26,000 plus in combination with something else, you right now, as it stands, you could walk into the DMV, BMV, take your knowledge test, your air brake test, and your combination test, pass all three of those written tests for free, and then go to a school and get tested on a semi, or your own 1-ton pickup truck is what I'm going to be doing with any version trailer, bumper pull, fifth wheel, gooseneck, and get tested for getting a CDL-A. It would have restrictions if you did it in a 1-ton without air brakes or it being a manual or whatever and whatnot. But as of right now, you can do that, which is what I'm planning on doing to save money, time, to get it knocked out. February 7th is the official day where it gets enacted. It gets officially in circulation, whatever, where you would no longer be able to go get tested to get your CDL-A after you get your permit. You would basically be required to go to a testing school somewhere in the country and go to that training school for however long it may be, and then through the school go get tested to be able to pass your CDL-A pre-trip driving test, air brake test, all the in-person tests that you would have to do. So that's what's happening in February. That's for everybody else. You don't have to get your CDL-A to be an RV transport. I have my CDL-B, which doesn't really apply to RV transport at all, because that's just a straight truck being above 26K. I was a school bus driver for several years. That doesn't apply to anybody with a trailer behind you. You don't haul a trailer behind a school bus. So basically, if you ever in the future, ever in your life, would consider getting your CDL-A, basically from now until the end of the year, and I don't know if it's the end of the year or actually February 7th. I've heard it both ways. I'll have to read the actual fine print. I believe it's the end of the year. But if you don't already have, because I have my permit, but if you don't actually already have the license, in order to get the license, you would have to go to a driving school and then pay. Right now, we just saw somebody in here talk about it. $2,000 for what, 2 months or 2 weeks? I don't know who said that earlier, but basically a lot more money than zero, or like $150 to actually take the test in your own truck with your own trailer, gooseneck, fifth wheel, bumper pull. And in that order, gooseneck being the highest qualifier, fifth wheel, and then bumper pull. That would be your only option. You would no longer be able to do it yourself and just skate through without paying all that money. The federal government says we want everybody to pay a lot of money and get trained for a long time to be able to get your CDL-A. So, for better, for worse, um, that's the situation. So, if you're ever planning on getting your CDL-A, there's a lot of people trying to get it now, before the end of the year, so that they don't ever have to do that. Because once you get your CDL-A, if you ever wanted to add endorsements, or let's say you practice on a automatic truck, you want to be able to drive a manual truck, you would have to go back and test. Well, now if you already have it, if you just do study enough and do enough to get the bare minimum, uh, your grandfather didn't, you can go back and test without having to go through the school. So that's kind of the situation, that I'm trying to beat that deadline, kind of a deal. So, hold on, pause. Someone said there was a 1-day class in Fort Wayne. Oh my, 4 hours of teaching, and then the road test was only $100, and they had trailers to rent. Also, I can't find the post though. Wow, that's very cool. Hold on, pause. Huh? Gooseneck fronts are adjustable up and down. Very good to know as well. I literally have never hooked up to a gooseneck, so I did not even know that. I am learning. Very good. Very good to know. Chris James, it's level, takes a good bit of length off, so it sits level. Dan Service Center has them. Huh. Very good. Brian, Chris James, I've got that adapter. It works pretty good. Bought it at Ace in Middlebury. Very cool. T wait, we released in Horizon. Can't wait till this mess is straightened out. Miss transporting. Definitely understand, T wait. Definitely understand. Kyle, you betcha, man. Yes, sir. Hank, the rule for February 22 is the deadline to get your CDL-A permit without having to pay for schooling. In February, they are mandating classes to get a CDL. Okay, so I didn't know. I thought it was the actual license, but maybe it's the permit. So maybe I've got things, swapped back and forth, whatever. I'm just not even wanting to wait or waste time, because you got to think of a lot of people are trying to rush to get their CDL-A. The testing centers around the states have got to be swamped and just hammered with people trying to get tested. So what if they can't get you in? And what if, God forbid, you fail for whatever reason because you said something in a way they didn't like or something like that, and then you have to get retested again? Well, what if that's after the deadline? So really, it's in our best interest to get tested and do everything we can as soon as possible. That's what I'm doing as I'm juggling a lot of other things going on in my life. So, yeah, very good stuff. Ratman, I had one before he went to semi. I know that I've moved many fifth wheel hitches and don't want the hassle of moving it between camper and the gooseneck when I get one. Gotcha. Kenneth, 3 months of school in California and 3 months of wait time for DMV. Oh my word, Kenneth, that is so bad. Wow. JR, thanks for filling me in, guys. Might be losing my job due to COVID, and RV transport was where I was heading. Gotcha, JR. Gotcha, sir. Hey, I'm sorry about that, with COVID and people trying to push things on you that you might not agree with. So definitely understand that. Yeah, I not for RV transport reasons, but just trying to position myself into a industry, among many other reasons. This was even before COVID, but there's always going to be trash. There's always going to be apartments, roofs. There's always going to be stuff people need thrown away. So that's why I jumped into the dumpster rental business. Not just because of RV transport having issues or whatever. It was more wanting to be home more and available to my wife and a family. It's someday and stuff. So lots of reasons, but definitely understand that being able to be your own boss, and that's what I am now with my dumpster rental business, which is so much more and more work. I actually, yeah, it's just so much. RV transport now. I've heard it from one guy I talked to who reached out to me a long time ago when I first started trying to help people with on YouTube and everything. He said he was a crop duster pilot, and he basically, he's got, I think he just had one plane, but basically all the chemicals, the $1 million plane he had to maintain and take care of everything and managing the finances and all this stuff. He said basically RV transport was his vacation compared to running that business. And so he would still do the crop dusting and all that stuff for his business, but then RV transport was like, where am I going to go this week? What am I going to do here? And I was just like, well, I guess I could see, there's obviously there's a lot harder jobs than RV transport for sure. I get that. Being your own boss, duh. But I was just like, it's not exactly 100% of vacation. You do have things to worry about. But now that I'm running my dumpster rental business, I'm like, yeah, RV transport, if it ever was a big deal, it's definitely not now. As far as, and this is after several years being in RV transport, so I can't say that for somebody brand new. But I'm like, wow, running my own business, having to worry about literally everything. I have to do everything, or I go pick up a trailer, I run a logbook, I drop off, I click buttons, I get paid. Which is dumbed down a little bit, but yeah. Oh boy. So anyways, yeah. Moving over to RV transport, definitely a timing wise and being very cautious and asking a lot of questions. That's a good move. As for this immediate second, I'm still on a yellow light. I'm not trying to tell you. I don't think I've ever said, please go absolutely jump in head first and don't think a thing of it. But yeah, definitely understand the job situation there. Hank, most CDL schools are 4 weeks or 160 hours training. Gotcha. If no truck, rent a truck from Enterprise and rent a gooseneck from a trailer dealer. Oh, like Big Tex in Indy for $150 a day. Yeah, that is definitely an option I'm looking at. The Redneck Woman. Catch you later. Have a good one. Be safe. Brian. Yes. Chris James. Me too. Missed a couple backhaul horse trailers because I did not have anything to put my fifth wheel hitch to B&W slider. Could lift it out if I put on the road. Anyways, yeah, Brian. I guess I don't know where I would put if I had to out on the road. I guess on my bed if I could fit it there, or strap it to the side of the, close to the rail, or it may just be a no-go with my ridiculous fuel tank and my toolbox behind and everything. That it might just be a hard no. So that's that. Definitely understand that too. Sean, what is going on? What's happening, Mr. Sand? Good evening, everybody. What is going on, sir? You texted me, I believe, and I need to get back with you. Hold on, pause. The Fort Wayne thing was basically a cheater class for everyone you need to know to pass the pre-trip and road test. Huh? Okay. Oh my. Transport bandits. What up? What up? Hey Daniel. Hey everybody. We heard of the company called Same Day CDL out of Jasper, Missouri. Wow. That is wild. Huh. I don't. Would I travel to Missouri? I guess my question is, could you go to another test to test, or do you have to test in your state where you got your permit? If you're going for a federal CDL, does that matter? Maybe it does. Maybe I don't know the answer to that question. I would assume it matters where you got your permit, but I don't. Anybody have an answer to that? I'm not really sure. Oh dear, I'm way behind. Oh dear, I'm really behind. If you have the permit by February 7th, you are exempt from the driving school. Oh, so it is your permit, Hank. That's what you're saying. So I have my permit. So as long was it a permit only lasts what 90 days or something? Is that right? Transport bandits, you arrested. But you have to get your permit in your state. Okay, in your state, as they are not taking out of state drivers. Gotcha. I blame Duke for that. Hey Daniel, I finally got a build date for my Ford F-350, October 25th. Gotcha, Daniel. Very cool. Very good. Awesome. Transport Minutes Law just got in off the road, off riding the bikes. It was 80 degrees here in Tennessee. Very cool. Yeah, it's been roughly in the 80s in Indiana here for a couple cooler days. Len's son was after first month he got his permit. Then at the end they went to DMV for driving tests, and if you pass, you have a full CDL-A license. Gotcha. Man, it's 45 degrees here. Oh dear, Chris. No thanks. We will be packing our winter clothes. Yep. Progressive Construction, what is going on? What's up? Hope you had a great weekend, Daniel. Yeah. So from this last week, I'm actually going to be doing a video on it for my other channel, which I'm behind on videos anyways for, but I actually did 11 dumpster rentals this week, which is insane for my business. So yeah, it was a good week and a good weekend, and went to the corn maze with Kara. Had a good time there, and had some Texas Roadhouse to celebrate. I did get my CDL-A permit, so that is another victory there. Very grateful for it, and just trying to get that CDL-A before more exciting things happen. So, yeah. Daniel, why don't we all get loads to Salem, Mass for Halloween? Costumes required. I heard that the FEMA trailers to Louisiana were a real mess. Yeah, I kept seeing the emails about it. I didn't really look at them, but usually when those FEMA trailers are supposed to be there real fast, there's a lot of like misinformation or just wrong stuff going on. So I'm grateful I didn't really get mixed in with that, but a lot of trailers evidently pretty crazy. Blake, do you CDL guys think? Hold on, let me scroll down. I didn't see. CDL guys think RVs are worth it? I'm wondering if that's what you're saying, Blake. Well, it's what 10 cents probably, depending on the company and the situation. It's at least like 10 cents more per mile, up to maybe like 25, 30, not I don't know about 40, but 10 to maybe like 30-ish cents more per mile if you are rolling with a CDL load. So you've got to also obviously weigh that in with the extra wear and tear on your tires, your fuel economy, just a lot of those things. So there's pros and cons for sure. Nature Nut Photos, what is going on? Glad to have you here. Sean just dropped in Southern New York, headed home. Gotcha, Sean. Short little trip home from New York, then I see. Hey, Nature Nuts. Dennis, what is going on? Hey everyone, sorry for being late. I was on a video chat with my granddaughter who called to wish me happy birthday. Well, Dennis, happy birthday to you, sir. Thank you for choosing to hop on here with us as well. Hopefully you had a good one, and it's great that your granddaughter gave you a call. Very cool. Or video chat. My bad. Video chat. Even better. Minutes. How's the foliage looking in East Tennessee? Here we go. Nice on all the dumpster rentals. Good man on getting the permit for CDL. Yeah, that's just kind of I just want to set myself up for success in these areas and to not waste time and money and energy, later on down the road. So just trying to get it knocked out now, and so that I've got options, down the road. No pun intended. Dennis getting my permit in Arkansas soon too. Booyah! Let's go, Dennis. Oh man, we can study together or something. Oh man. Hold on, pause. Dennis, happy birthday. Nature Nut Photos, happy birthday, Dennis. Everybody get those birthday wishes in here, guys. So here we're Holland pause. Were you sad when the dinosaurs died? Oh wow. Transport man, it's Nature Nut. Footage is good high on the mountains, but not changed yet. Lower down. Gotcha. I just got called by Synergy asking me to apply. Wow. Synergy's hiring again. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Thanks, Bennett. Hope to be there in about 10 days. Gotcha. I spent it with 8 kids on a youth deer hunt. Oh, wow. Gotcha. Did anybody get any deers? Let us know. Or bucks or does, whatever. Chris, I don't know about the fuel mileage. My camper is loaded down and I get surprisingly decent mileage. I average 10 to 11 pulling it. Kind of odd how, where'd he go? Well, the mileage works out. I'm stumped about it. Well, Chris, you're obviously just cheating. So there's that. Like it comes down to driving local or over the road for CDL and finding out who pays the most in the industry you want to be in trucking, delivery, or construction driving. Gotcha. Daniel, did you go to DMV to get the book for CDL Landlord's Permit? What did you study? Honestly, so here's the terrible information I have for you, bandits. I got my CDL-A permit by taking just about every single Indiana CDL-A permit test online. I don't know if it's specific to just Indiana, but I took every single website's practice test for the CDL-A. There's 3 tests: the knowledge test, air brake, and then combination. I already have my my CDL knowledge test because of my CDL-B, so I didn't have to even take that, which is like 50 questions. The air brake test is 25 questions. The combination is 20 questions. You can only miss like 5 for the 25 one and 4, I think, for the 21, or I think something like that. So I didn't actually, well, I sort of did, sort of didn't. I went on to the actual PDF file for the permit test occasionally, but mostly I just took every single possible practice test online and then just took the test. You can take it once. You can take one test for each different test per day. So I just went several days in a row until I got it. So that is what I did. Same day CDL is not taking anyone from out of state at this time. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. B-Day was yesterday. Gotcha, Dennis. Well, we missed it, but we were happy for you and grateful to have you here. Pastor Anthony, everyone. I was finishing up my video. I've been lazy lately. Gotcha, Pastor Anthony. Glad to have you here. Was wondering where you were at. I was an archery hunt for first timers. 3 of them got deer. Very cool. Very cool. Great info, Daniel. Thanks. Hey, yeah. Anybody else trying to get your CDL-A? Much respect. Oh man, Len, I got a copy of the CDL book so I can read up at night. Hey, that'll work, Len. There is a guy on YouTube who did a CDL-A pre-trip inspection on a 1-ton dually with a trailer behind it. He has a website you can print off. Actually, I have it right here. Maybe it's somewhere. Nope, it's somewhere. Might be on the. Oh, it's right here. Booyah! 84 sections from the engine compartment, front truck axle, side of cab. Well, this is a pintle hook that he did an inspection on, but there's 84 sections and it's an outline format. So you have to list what oh dear, list what it is and then what you're actually checking for. Make sure level is between add and full, coolant level is sufficient for operation between hot and cold mark. And you have to say this exact verbiage or else you're done. And depending on the actual testing site, they may want something tweaked a little bit different or said differently. So I've heard from people who have gone to go get their CDL-A that literally they said they did everything right, but they wanted the person to use a different word than what the word you could have entered, they're synonyms essentially, but they wanted a different word and they failed that person because they didn't like the word they used. It meant the same thing, but they have to have exact specific verbiage. So that just tells me that they're trying. Here's my conspiracy theory. They want to make as much money as possible. So they're going to be stingy on some of these things and hopefully get you to, test again. And that's just more money down the road. So that's my conspiracy theory. We'll see how it goes. So, Dennis Tim, that's too bad. I was going to call you to talk to you about the 1-day CDL. Gotcha. We may try that. So study and take a test per day online. Great. You can take as many practice tests online as you want. I took dozens and dozens of the tests, and after each time you fail a question, it'll tell you what the right answer is and then why in a little paragraph down below. So I just took all that information from taking a whole bunch of practice tests, but to actually take the real test, if we're talking on the same thing, I had to actually go to the BMV or the DMV, whatever. It's BMV in Indiana for whatever reason, Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Yeah, so I literally had to go to the BMV several days in a row and try to. You can take both tests, you can pass or fail one or whatever, but yeah. So I just drove myself over to the BMV several days in a row. Pastor Anthony, hey Tim, I'm available for a question. I have a CDL-A with all endorsements. Boom, there's the man with the plan. Love it. Daniel, is your CDL permit restricted? So I technically do have a full-fledged CDL-A permit, but when I go to get my license, because I won't be testing on a air brake vehicle, I won't have a air brake endorsement on it. Since I'll be testing on a automatic truck, I won't have the manual endorsement or potential availability to do a manual truck. And I'm not getting doubles and triples and hazmat and all that other stuff. So I'm not doing those. Simply just a CDL-A. non-air brake license, not manual. But also with that, you don't. There are bigger trucks, or in my case, there are roll-off trucks that aren't air brake roll-off trucks. There's hydraulic brakes for those roll-off trucks, which potentially may be down the line for me after getting a roll-off trailer. So I could still get around that being at a much higher level of a truck, having hydraulic brakes rather than air brakes. So that's kind of my workaround for that. Or I may just retest someday after I already have the basic CDL. So yeah. Hi Daniel. Also took all the tests for my CDL this last week. Gotcha, Richard. We are on the same page, sir. Just got the permit here on Thursday, Friday, something like that. Dennis, I was told that if you take the driving test with a gooseneck or ball hitch, you will not be endorsed for fifth wheel, which is classes as combination. Heard about people failing for not using the right words too. Yeah, Dennis. What my buddy who got his CDL-A with a 1-ton dually said was the order of operations. The bottom is bumper pull, then fifth wheel, then gooseneck. So if you test with the gooseneck and pass, you can do gooseneck, fifth wheel, bumper pull. If you test with a fifth wheel, you can only do fifth wheel and bumper pull. And then obviously, if you only test with bumper pull, you can only be a CDL driver with allowed to do bumper pull. So that's what he was told by the testing facility. So that's why he wanted it. He was getting a 40-foot gooseneck trailer, anyways. But yeah. This live has been very informative for us. Thanks. Yeah, I'm learning as we go too here. So it's just good stuff here. Very good stuff. Let's see. On wires, no correct your frayed wire. Sometimes when you check one side and it's the same on the other side, you can say, I would check that side just like that. This side, just ask the examiner. Yeah. Man, there's just so much stuff to it. Video that literally walks you through how to do the pre-test, the pre-trip test, and I literally printed this out from his website. Maybe I'll link that in a community post here or something like that. You can probably find it. I think if you just type in YouTube 1-ton dually CDL-A pre-trip test, you're probably going to find it. This guy has stuff pop up on the screen as he's saying it, and it's literally everything on here. But what I'm planning on doing at least is I'm going to just every section. So for the engine compartment, there's oil level, coolant level, power steering, water pump, alternator, master cylinder, leaks, hoses, and you have to be able to point to each one. So what I'm planning on doing is watching the video a boatload of times and then going through one section at a time and just, folding up the other section or whatever so that I only see that section and go through down the list and then try to do it without, looking and go back and forth and then move on to the next section and then add that two sections together and then just go on until, I die in my driveway. But that's my plan. We shall see. I would stab someone if I failed because I said look at instead of inspect. Oh my. Yeah, that would be pretty devastating. Yeah, thankfully I got my CDL-B with the school bus on my first try. So that was good for that situation. But yeah, a second time that would be unfortunate. I work for the same company Daniel does, but is 15 cents worth it? Yeah, Blake. And honestly, to be completely transparent, yes, I would probably take some CDL loads. Well, let me back up. When you have a CDL-A, you're in a smaller pool of drivers for RV transport. There's less drivers who have the CDL-A, which means the loads that when all the non-CDL loads are gone and there's still more of those drivers who can't get a load, you're now in the group, the smaller group, still technically at every company for sure. For sure, there's a smaller percentage of CDL drivers. They're always trying to push. Oh, do you have a CDL? Oh, okay. Well, we'll get you in. You have 3 wheels in your truck, but you have a CDL. Come on in. Like I've heard it so many times. So the idea of being in that smaller pool that adds value in itself. Besides the added pay, it might be if you're just doing RV transport, you don't have any other business, you don't have any other options. You may be one of the fewer people who's able to grab a load when there are no other loads. It's only CDL loads left on the board when it gets real thin. So that's more job security besides the 15 cents or whatever it may be. I definitely understand the point, though. It's just an option, and I like options. I want to have as many streams of income as possible. I want to. I want options. I want freedom. I want to be able to pick and choose what I'm going to do, and so that's definitely there for the RV transport side of things. But for my dumpster rental business, this opens up much more larger options for me down the road. So that's kind of where I'm at with all this stuff. Uh, hey, I'm telling you, yeah, that whoosy whatsy over there, that's where I'm at. Yeah, Jeff is going to have a real problem with exact wordage. Yeah, I am right there with you, Jeff. I will cry on your shoulder, man, because it's going to be real ugly. Trying to say exactly what I did here. I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but it just took a long time for me to do it myself and to remember everything, going through exact words they want. So, yeah, I'm definitely with you, Jeff. Oh dear. While on pause, transport. I'm from Detroit. We don't play. Oh yeah. So y'all would not get a pass. Oh man. Hi bandits, how's it going? Check the doohickey, won't make it either. That thingy over there, the whoozy whatsy, the what else? The thingamajig. That seems backwards, not calling you a liar, but if the semi rated at 80K is a fifth wheel, how is that not rated higher than a gooseneck? I don't know. I have no idea. Hey Casey, Anthony, hey Dennis, happy late birthday, Kenneth. It's clear to me, relating to the CDL-A issue, that I am being punished because I live in California. Yeah, Kenneth, we just need to. I'll bring my dump trailers over to you. We're just gonna haul you out of there. It's gonna be a uh, it's gonna be a refugee situation here. We've got everybody's a refugee in the country at this point, so we're just gonna get you out of there. Have to check, but I would think that fifth wheel would let you pull whatever seems like a different rules for different types of trucks. Yeah, maybe there's a difference between an actual semi, the different types of hitch order versus a 1-ton dually. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Tim Wright, they want inspect the doohickey. I love it. I love it. Same day CDL in Missouri just said he was booked solid to the end of January. Wow. Casey, I think you're right. A UC sergeant told me that fifth wheel was highest. Wow. Okay. Huh. Well, it's kind of crazy to me because my buddy just he asked the school before he even did anything, and they told him, maybe they're wrong too, but on his CDL-A license that he has now, he has no hitch restrictions, and he tested with a gooseneck. So I don't know if that's different in Indiana or something crazy. I don't know. Weird. I'll ask him again. And have him take a picture of his license or something for me. I have no idea. Progressive Blake, it only benefits you in the long run. Having the license opens other doors, and you have more options in the future having it. Yeah, for sure. That's the name of the game for me. Holland pause. People that live in Cali deserve to be punished. Oh my word! They don't get rained on. They don't get snowed on. The occasional, earthquake or whatever, but yeah, kind of a deal. Dear Kenneth, cool. That means I get another check and free housing from the Democrats. Oh dear. I was just going to say that us as transporters are going to rescue you out of California as a help, but sure, I'm sure they get every other check in the world. So, Ryan, we've had non-RV loads that only weighed 8K or so, but the customer requested a CDL driver. Okay, that makes sense. And it did pay good, but could get it. Even though my last load was 14K, I couldn't get it. Oh man, Brian. Yeah, I guess customers, companies, whoever can request whoever they want to request. Drivers. I don't know if they would go that far, but certain drivers with this many miles or years or something. But that makes sense. The CDL, they want somebody who's really been trained, who knows what's going on more than the non-CDL person. So I definitely understand that. Let's see. Blake, it has opened up other doors and I'm about to walk through it. There you go. Yes, Blake, I'm with you. 20 different states, different rules, but a CDL is federal laws. Yeah. Maybe it is differences between the states somehow. I don't know. I really don't know. So yes, that would make it worth having a CDL. Yeah. Kenneth, yeah, my water bill last month was $115. I think our water bill with trash, with whatever the third thing is, I can't remember. I think it's like $23. That's crazy. Oh my. Non-RV have to be ELD also. Yeah, hold on, pause. Yep. Not under the RV transport exemption. Well water, no bill here. There you go. That'll work. I deserve it because I live in Cali. Oh, dear. Hating on California. Oh my. Yep. Well, guys, I am actually going to hop off here. We're at an hour and 8 minutes. I've really enjoyed the conversation. We didn't even get into the food or anything. I did have some awesome salmon tonight. Just throwing it out there. Also, on the other side of the food equation, I can't remember what I said last week. I think I at least said 40 pounds, but right now I'm hovering right up above or below. I'm at 45 pounds lost. So I don't know where I was at last week. I've got the stuff on my phone. I can't remember what I said. But I've been kind of hovering just above and below, down 45 pounds since we burned the old pants from last week. So anyways, just kind of giving you an update on that. Pretty cool to be able to have that going. I'm still not able to fit into my old high school jeans. I can get them on, but it ain't comfortable and I would not want to sit down. But when that day happens, I'm not going to take a picture of my pants for you, but it'll be cool. So anyways, we'll wrap it up here. Last couple comments and then we will bail. But really enjoyed the conversation tonight, talking about CDL-A and all that stuff. And I am curious if it's just between different states, what's considered higher in the rankings. Because without a shadow of a doubt, my buddy was told and tested on a gooseneck, and that was the highest option. So it'd be interesting to see if that's different in other states, or what in the world happened. So yeah. Let's see. Do-do-do-do. So away to Alaska. Oh wow. 115 is kind of cheap. I was paying 70 just for water for my camper in Tennessee. Oh my. Progressive thoughts on 2022 RV transport industry. I'll get back to you in 2022 because that's when everybody else will start figuring stuff out too, I guess. Um, Overall, I think it's going to be increasing. I don't know to the degree that people thought it might be increasing to, um, as high as people thought. It's just going to keep going up and up and up. I don't think that's going to be the case as much. We are definitely behind across orders or across the whole country. I haven't seen or heard of any other articles coming out talking through the different things that are going on, updates to how far behind we are now. But I think trailers are coming in with and more trailers, less and less part shortages issues across the board, which is good. But I think it's just going to be a slow momentum grind getting back to it. I'm behind. I'm behind. Holland Pause, way to go, D. Hey, appreciate that, Holland Pause. Transport, great show. Smash that like button. Thanks, Gino. See you, everyone. Transport Bandits out. Hey, Bandits, have a good one. Appreciate you. And sometime we're actually going to meet in person at some point and get together. But be safe out on the road. And glad you guys had a good time on the bikes. Dennis, good for you, Daniel. 45 pounds. What did you do with the ashes? Ashes are coming to you. I did not get a jar. I'm going to get a jar, but ashes are coming to a live stream near you at some point here. You'll be posting booty pics. If I do, please unfollow me. Please, for everybody. Oh, dear. Nino's Firehouse calendar. Oh, no, Dennis, I'm going to block you. Oh, dear. Brian. Yes, Holland Falls run ELD, but no CDL. But some customers request both. Gotcha. Nature Nut. Yes, inquiring minds want to know where the ashes are. Coming to you. Coming to you. Supply chain is messed up. Yes, definitely, definitely. With the Biden fuel prices, every day is going to stay home. Yeah. Wow. Things are really pumping around here for sure. Will you be doing a RV meet and greet again in 2022? That is the hope. That is the goal. I don't know if it'll be somewhere else or somebody else is going to lead it, or if I'll just do my own smaller one in Lafayette just to have one more local to me, additional to something else. I don't care. I don't know. Definitely willing to look into it. It's gonna be a lot easier to put it together now that I've gone through one before. And if I just have a little bit of help from a few people, it could probably get put together real quickly without a whole lot of headache. Before, I didn't even know what I was doing. So a little bit easier now, but definitely do want to do another one, and hopefully have a lot more people there. When we did ours this year, there was, well, obviously part shortages. Probably a lot of people signed up thinking, "Oh, I'll get a load." Well, loads weren't there. Not that many, and so why would I go to Indiana and be with these wild people I've never met if I can't even get a load? So I definitely understand, reasonings, and people couldn't make it, and short timing, and just a lot of those things that were on my fault. So yeah. Okay, I'm out of here. Later, everyone. Holland Pause. Have a good one. It's $3.20 a gallon here for regular. Oh my. See you, Tim. I'll help Daniel. Yes, please. The more help, the merrier. We'll get it put together and get it knocked out. It'll be a good time. $3.25 to $3.35 a gallon for diesel on East Coast, North Carolina right now. $4.25 per gallon for reg here in California. Oh, I think a group of 4 or 5 people max going to get it together easier. Having different ideas and jobs spread out. Yes. That would be awesome. It can really be a team effort. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. Hour 15. Appreciate y'all. You guys are great. I love the conversation. You are not getting pics on Instagram. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe and God bless, guys.